three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to Teaching Crypto, everybody. This is Mr. FOMO. Before we get started, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are liking this content, or if you want to see more, if you'd like to see some other stuff from us, please leave a comment below. Tonight, I'm going to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to discuss some ordinals, and we're going to discuss this Stretto document. And yo, what's up? The first thing is Bitcoin Miladys. Bitcoin Miladys is a Bitcoin-based derivative of the Miladys NFT collection. You might have noticed Elon Musk talking about Miladys, which sent that token through the roof a few weeks ago, about a month ago. They are at it again. They are into the ordinals market. They are converting, they are converting ERC 721 NFTs, or the Miladys token NFTs, over to BRC 721E. Basically, they're using ordinals market, but they're burning an ETH NFT to inscribe that on a Satoshi, which is an ordinal, and then putting it on the Bitcoin network. Now they'll appear on a website, and I'm going to try and share here real quick. They're going to appear on a website called ordinals.market. And so here on Ordinals Market, you'll see that they've already converted a bunch of the Miladys NFTs and a bunch of different ones into these collections. And so this is happening. And this is one of the only places that I know of it happening. So be careful. Don't forget OFI, Ordinals Finance, which was a total rug pull. Once ordinals popped up, OFI took advantage of that news and claimed to have spun up a business within a month that had already run through this giant, this giant roadmap, and it seemed too good to be true, and in the end, it was. But be careful of companies copycatting this or pretending to do this. We saw with OFI, they were available on Uniswap, which is an EVM compatible machine, or EVM compatible swap, but they were claiming to be selling you ordinals, which are inscribed Satoshis. So be careful when you're investing with companies that are claiming to do this. We've seen companies rug pull before using ordinals as their main marketing tool. So just be careful. Now, if you are an NFT trader, this may be an opportunity to make a little bit of money. That is if you're into NFTs. I'm not a huge NFT guy. I'll grab them when they're free, but I prefer NFTs with utility myself. So let's go back. And so you have kind of an opportunity there, but again, just as with everything in crypto, be careful when you are looking into that stuff. And now the next thing I want to talk about, and I'm not really going to share the document because it won't really do you that much good to look at it while I'm talking about it. But, or maybe I will, and we'll scroll to some of these. But the Stretto document, I've got it here, and I found some interesting things, some things that kind of bothered me about this, and I wanted to go through it with you. Now, here in paragraph 17, it says that the bankruptcy court expressed a preference for the fee examiner not to examine the first fee application. And so they only wanted them to examine the second. So the fee examiner found all this money, but only by examining that first application. You move on to paragraph 19, and basically it says that the fee examiner met with two U.S. Oh, I don't think I'm sharing this. Let me share. So paragraph 19 there says it met with two U.S. trustee attorneys and basically took their word that the first interim application was good. There was no need to review it. and moved on from it. Paragraph 20, and they're just saying that's how they decided that that first fee application review was not great. To move on to paragraph 30, and we'll get into some of the things that bother me about this, but that means that there is potentially more money that could be found out there for us as the creditors that might be left on the table. We'll never know because that review is seemingly not happening. Paragraph 30, we see some of these firms and some of these places have begun to send back the cash of their own volition, right? Kirkland and Ellis decided to send back 72,000 in expenses in fees and 2,700 in expenses. They just, once they learned they were going to have this fee examiner, they decided to return that on their own, just, you know, honest people that they are. And that happened with every single firm throughout this entire document. And Kirkland and Ellis takes a lot of heat for this, but they aren't the only ones in here. You had other firms like Paul Hastings, and Hastings during the first, this is just one example, during the first fee application, racked up 1,434 hours and employed as many as 25 attorneys to work on this. And in the second, 1,235 hours with 31 attorneys working on this. Now, the fee examiner, just in the second round, and this is in paragraph 31 here, the fee examiner found that there were rate changes, transitory timekeepers, non-compensable work, which means you shouldn't be compensated for that work, vague time entries, low attendance in court, time spent on invoices, which means they billed for time they spent working on these invoices, excessive associate time, time objecting to fees. They billed us for time objecting to the fee applications, and excessive and redundant time entries. And so other firms, aside from Kirkland and Ellis and Paul Hastings, were firms referred to as Quinn, Catton, Arndt Fox, Potter, Berkeley, McDermott, Harney, Castles, FTI, M3, Epic, and Deloitte Tax Services, just to name a few. And so these are all these different companies, all these different firms were overcharging the creditors. And that's what the fee examiner found just in the second fee application. So it seems like there's still a lot more left. Yeah, Savannah Bananas hat. It seems like they left a lot more on the table by not reviewing that first round, but it seems like there was enough there just in the second round. One, these firms voluntarily gave back some of the cash, basically admitting that they were overcharging. Two, the fee examiner still found all these discrepancies. So I feel like there's still more money being left on the table. And then that makes me worry about the $100 million that's being set aside for future lawyer fees. It makes me feel like that money is already going to be gobbled up because somebody's already got their eye on it. They've got it earmarked for something. So they're going to find a way to charge us for that. And so I like that the fee examiner is there. I wish that the fee examiner would have been allowed to do more work on this, because I feel like there's more that they've left on the table, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But as far as I can see, you know, if they came back with just even something close to what they came back with the second application, you're talking about another 1% to creditors, and we will take every percentage point we can get in this recovery. So I'm hoping that that changes in the future. I'm wondering if we as creditors can object to the idea that the fee examiner didn't examine the first fee applications. And I hope that maybe we get some progress on that. But I won't keep you too long. I know this is your Friday night. I want you to go out and have fun and not worry about your crypto portfolio for once. For AZ Crypto, who is off tonight, he's been carrying us this week. He's got a well-deserved night off. He's out in Cleveland having fun. So for AZ Crypto, this is MrFOMO. Keep it tuned here to Teaching Crypto. And remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us a comment if you like this content. And we will talk to you soon. See you.